Hi, people, welcome back. So, I have a topic for today's reading, which is going to be one of my favorites because it does have an aspect of improvement and rebetterment, let's say, that it has to unleash upon your life. So, my guesses and my bets are that this reading is meant to reveal the things that um, it's meant to kick in the awareness that would change the quality of your life or change the, let's say, nature of your life and reveal what's missing. Okay, so the topic would be what is missing in your life. As I said, my guesses are that this is going to be something very significant and very specific. So I will not leave you on that only, and I want to make sure to include as well what will change it or what is missing and how you can bring it about so that life in general, like your life, could be more so brought back into balance. Maybe this is going to be a confirmation that everything is fine and you just need to concentrate on something. I don't know. We'll see what the reading shows. For today's pick a card, you have four piles as usual. This time, every single stone is pink quartz. Yeah. The first one is more so like a triangle type of stone. Second one is polished. Third one is basically a sphere of quartz. And the fourth pile is the irregular version of the pink quartz. Take your time, pick your pile. As I said, I'll make sure to include the necessary information to bring back into balance this aspect that you are missing. And hopefully, by the end of the reading, you are going to be or know something that will potentially change your life. Okay? I'll try my best. That is my intention for this reading. I guess let's start with the first pile with this triangle pink quartz. Okay. Oh gosh, pile number one. So already the first three cards and the intensity is rising beyond the actual norm, if there is such a thing. God. You have the tipsy, the three of cups, and the ludicrous card as the first one representing your reading or the core energy of the reading. What's missing in your life is fun. Okay, the first insight I got from the Three of Cups, this could mean lightweight interactions, and Three of Cups being the friends card or the connections card, this could mean that you're missing friends, or you're missing lightweight interactions where you feel like life is going or life is fun and you're living in the present moment, or this can as well be celebrations. I was searching for the tipsy meaning because I had no idea what this word meant. Like, I got the message it being with the ludicrous card and these cups card, okay? You miss a lot of ease, calmness, lightweight interactions, as I said, and fun along the side, along the way of the message of you being more free, carefree, um, not so serious, like not so tense. This is missing, like the partying, the living, the joy of living is missing. This pile is going to resonate with people who are way, way too serious in life to the degree where there is no longer the aspect of fun. Like the fun aspect has gone, okay? The fun aspect has left the chat because it feels to me like the only entertainment you get in life is either too little or it's so insignificant that it's almost inexistent. And this could as well be the pile who speaks most about not having friends or close relationships, okay? I don't know what's the situation, the obstacles. Maybe we'll work that out in this reading as well, because that was my intention as well, for me to help you. But that was the feeling, right? So careful, because I feel like you are either isolating or you are making your life so serious and miserable as a result that it's becoming quite so, for some, even like not interesting. Okay, you've lost the spark, you've lost the joy for the experience, like in and of itself. Like, it's the complete opposite of how children see, perceive, and interact with the world. um, where they see an opportunity to have fun, they see an opportunity to invest in the present moment and play. That was it. Like, that was the message, the overall core message for this pile. And with the rest of the cards, the message becomes increasingly apparent that somehow this pile has sacrificed something of like spontaneity or fun in their life for the sake of either survival, for the sake of fitting in the society, or just because it has to be done this way. Okay, this feels to me like with the Strength card and the Two of Cups, it's more so like an advice, or this part in the reading where it is going to invite the actual option for you to get back to what you want to experience and be happy about your experience in life, and not so like serious, as I said in the beginning. The Strength card invites the possibility of you finding activities that are both entertaining and useful. Giving you an example would be if you, for example, clean your house. I don't know what you're doing, but just laying it out there. If you're cleaning your house and you have the possibility to listen to an audiobook that you absolutely love and want to listen to, but you don't have the time throughout the day to either read, then why not listen to it? You know, like, why not use this opportunity of the cleaning time to basically take the headphones and listen to the book that you like? Or maybe it's doing something while watching as well a movie. I don't know, maybe multitasking is something for this pile. But this combination of cards with the Four of Swords, oh wait, it's actually the Five of Swords. Okay, that's interesting. This can speak about sabotage. So there is something in your mentality or in the way in which you go about creating things into your life that is sabotaging your happiness. And what is missing is the actual point in all of this, the actual meaning behind what you're doing. And it's as if it's no longer about the process, it's about the result, or it's about, you've lost like the most important aspect of living, like living happily in the experience of achieving something. And this is very much so being shown in the Seven of Swords. This can as well stem from some sort of lack mentality or a very rigid mentality in life. And somehow, like, at some point you became an adult, a very functional adult, but a very like, the child within you became non-existent, or you didn't see it anymore. I see a shutdown. Seven of Cups, Page of Swords. I see a shutdown of emotions, a shutdown of self. I see you becoming very much so built and sculpted perfectly in accordance with the norms of the society in here with this Chariot. I cannot even say that you're not successful, but this all comes at a great cost. Okay? This feels like a huge advantage towards the idea of success and recognition, but at the same time, a very strong element of betrayal of yourself, because you somehow listened or succumbed to some sort of opinion of what things should look like and lost your voice throughout the process. This is as if with this Seven of Cups, it's like you have set your dreams and desires on a standstill and decided that you are going to do them, but later, you know? And it's not even tangibly, like, it's not even a very, like, vague thing, like desires and dreams. No, it's as simple as prioritizing what you want to do today. It's as if you decided that there are actually things in life which are more important than your inner voice and your preference, and you became so trained in that that it became a reflex, and a reflex that is slowly erasing your quality of your experience and your desire to continue on like this. This reading is coming to warn you and to encourage you to rediscover, while you are doing your responsibilities in life, is to rediscover the spark and the things that you once enjoyed. Because of the strength, you have them. Like, I want to say, your character for this pile is built for something very specific. Either you know it or you do not, but your emotions are going to guide you there. I feel like this pile does know what I'm talking about, indeed, and I feel like it's an it's this option in life where you choose your pressures. And for some, studying something is an option and it's actually really fun, and for someone else it's not fun at all. So your task for what is missing in this pile is rediscovering the joy and the happiness in your life while not abandoning what you have already built, but more so being focused on what I want to create while I still have the time for it, and maintaining the already created like foundations for the respectable version of you that you have created in your life. So that means not dropping everything or not dropping everything all at once. That's saying, like, place importance on your needs, place importance on your own desires, and at the same time inklings and impulses, and do what's desirable, do what's enjoyable. Like, I'm repeating that specifically because this pile needs rest, not necessarily like physical rest. It can be because of the Seven of Swords, but it can be being at peace with the possibility that life can actually be enjoyable and you can still be successful and you will not lose. I can even go ahead and say that you're going to benefit from it and bring more happiness as a result of you bringing this aspect of spontaneity, childlike spontaneity, back into your life. So that was all, pile number one. That was a very, very specific message. Like, I'm surprised even these three were like one message only. That was hilarious to read. If it resonated with you, please like, comment, subscribe, check out my old videos as well, and till next time, bye. Hello and welcome to your reading pile number two. You chose this polished crystal of the pink quartz. Now, the first pile was very specific. The second one is as well very specific. What's missing in your life? The Wheel of Fortune in reverse. What's missing is change, okay? It's as if this pile is holding on to some sort of life circumstance that is either limiting or undermining your potential. And for it to not be vague, that means you are capable of something much more, or you are able to actually advance in a way, or you have a set of knowledge or experience or talents that are not being used, which are not being set to work or brought into work, and somehow this is not your fullest expression, okay? If this is a job, if this is a work or a project that you do, if it is an activity, you're holding yourself back, and this pile has come to wake you up at that point because you have entrance. It's as if with this entrance, like, These types of representations remind me of VIP zones where, there is reluctance, or there is sense of you not recognizing your own, well, let's try to not make it narcissistic, but magnificence, okay? Or maybe it's about this pile not wanting to be narcissistic, or maybe not wanting to, or actually wanting to be very like humble, okay? But this is more so a scale, like you going to the direction of being humble where it's actually detrimental to you. The vicious. And actually this is hilarious. Hidden talents. This pile has things they don't know they can do, or maybe they don't, but they are not quite bold enough yet or ready enough for them to actually step up and realize them. Whatever you believe in, God, universe, source, whatever the case may be for you, is going to reward you big time for the fact that you're going to step up. I know you must have your own reasons behind not stepping up, which is completely fine, but take it as it is. This can be the case that you are not actually placing yourself in the right circumstances because you are afraid that, you're not going to do a very good job. Trust me, you don't actually know how well you can perform whatever it is that you're doing, because these cards are saying like, if only this person were to step out of their comfort zone, if only this person were to make the first steps, or if only these people who are watching right now for this pile were to have like a support, like a cheerleader, if you were to have someone who's going to like basically boost you, then most likely you were to step out, like step up. Maybe you lacked encouragement in your childhood. Maybe you lacked encouragement from your close proximity of like people. This can be caregivers, friends, more so parents, okay? This is a pattern of not appreciating yourself. This is not looking good for your own like portfolio of the intensity of life you can live. Okay, so I'll start reading the other cards. Actually, I forgot to mention quite the cards, to be honest. Wheel of Fortune being reversed, that's like already the energy of, not taking the opportunity, not taking the lead, and therefore not being rewarded as a result. You have as well the Judgment card and the Death card being reversed. And the Hanged Man. Like the Hanged Man, this cannot be a more specific message, the one I have already given you. You're holding yourself back, you're holding yourself like being your own prisoner. And with the Page of Wands, I got like, and I'm okay. Like, and I'm okay with it. Like, it's okay that I'm not ready. Yeah, you are right to, and it is valid to not want to advance maybe at this pace, but this pile can suffer from being inside their head with this Five of Cups. It's as if, yeah, I know maybe it's difficult, but the results are so worth it. The results are so worth it, pile number 2. I cannot even overly emphasize. And with the Judgment card, you can wait, right? You can wait, but this is not going to be a waiting like forever. Like, you are going to be forced, okay? And this is going to be circumstances which are beyond your control, because the Judgment card, it's events that are happening beyond our ability to say yes or no. It's it's happening, it's there, it's necessary for you to react. Sooner or later, I feel like you're going to realize that you were the one to hold yourself back. If this is looking for, like, if you are the one to ask for a raise, if you are doing much more than you actually like at your job, you feel like your contribution is felt, uh, go there, ask for the raise. Page of Cups, maybe this is lack of self-confidence. The answer with what's missing and how you can bring in here the element of self-sufficient, like self-confidence, trying in small steps, 4 of Wands, trying and repeating things that work, and in small increments, accepting the possibility of a very, for this pile, very microscopic discomfort. Meaning that, for example, if you are afraid to speak your voice to a group of people, then try speaking your voice to one person, then 2 people, then 3, and soon enough you'll realize that it wasn't a big deal after all. I feel like you're stuck in your mind. I feel like you can occupy much more space, energy, and you can benefit from many more things if only you were to believe in yourself, and if only you were to see yourself more clearly beyond the imprinting, beyond the skewed perception that you have. And yeah, spirituality will help you, will aid you in here. I see the cards. If you were to connect maybe to spirituality, you will maybe see clearly or see yourself beyond the imprinting, because I see in here a very capable and talented person who is not willing to take the spotlight and is willing to play small just because they think that they don't deserve the spotlight. And the entrance is there. It has always been actually, but with the death card, always I see this card in reverse when people are unwilling to accept change, when they are afraid of change, or they fear that they are going to lose something. Trust me, losing something in this case can be very much worth it in comparison to what you're going to achieve as a result. And this feels to me like it's not going to be for long. As I said, Judgment card, upright, you'll have circumstances that are going to force you to no longer play like small. This is not going to be permitted. And yeah, Page of Cups, I don't even know. Let's see. Let me check one card. Temperance. Very careful, like baby steps. Try to see yourself through some loving lens. Like if you have some loved ones, ask them for advice, or if it helps you, if you were to imagine someone you very dearly, like someone you really love, and imagine them going through the same, absolute same scenario, and what would the advice be for them? And after you have given them the advice, place yourself in that condition. Like, I invite you to write down the story you are telling yourself, but place it or imagine it as though your loved one is going through it. Write the name of the person, write the letter of encouragement, and then replace the name of the person, like read it first, then replace the name of this person with your name. Try to see the results of that, because I think this is going to be quite the experience, to be honest. Of course, if you are feeling drawn to doing it in the first place, but that is my advice for you, pile number 2. You have some very great things ahead of you in regards to opportunities, growth, evolution, and the capacity of what you're capable of giving and receiving as a result of this gift that you offer to the world, or your importance and your influence or your presence is going to be acknowledged. If you are first going to at least make the small steps in that direction yourself and let this effect build up like a snowball, like the snowball effect, where it just becomes bigger and bigger to the point where it's like basically unstoppable. That was the main message. That was very specific, pile number 2. I really hope you enjoyed the reading. If you did, please like and comment. That would help me so much. Make sure to subscribe to my channel and check out my old videos as well. I have some very juicy topics there. Till next time, take care. Bye. Okay, we are into pile number 3. The experience of pile number 2 was maddening. Honestly, truly maddening, because, yeah, at least it was intense and fun. Yeah, what can I say? Pile number 3 has issues in regards to openness. What is missing in your life is freshness, openness, spontaneity as well. You have in here the blunt sausage. I think you're thinking too much. I think as well, or I feel in this reading, that you are taking yourself too seriously and you're closing yourself from the world, or you're creating an facade or a mask that is not necessarily showing the real authentic you. Not blaming you, just reading what's in the cards. I feel like with the blunt, and especially the sausage card, which is, to be honest, hilarious, like this deck is actually hilarious. I think you're thinking too much, or trying to predict people's expectations or thoughts or impressions of you, or you were raised in a very strict household or in a very tense, very demanding situation in life, to the degree where you felt like you had to be something and separate your self from what you want to be and who you are authentically as a person, and came up with this facade of either a serious person or an identity. Okay, this is going to be a very straightforward example for this pile of people who were very spontaneous, for example, children, very carefree spirited people, like children when they were like in their childhood, when they were little, and they had very strict parents. Okay, they had parents who said, like, don't be silly, you have to learn hard, you have to be smart, you have to be intelligent, you have to learn so much, but you're so like carefree. Like, I swear this can have like implications with people trying to manipulate you, like your parents or your caregivers trying to manipulate you in molding you into something that is in accordance to their own needs and expectations of you. I feel like this pile had little to no room to express themselves, and this could have had implications towards developing your character, and you started taking yourself way too seriously at some point. And the high risks are that you either became very like either conservative, or actually you became very much stubborn and fixated upon something, upon the outcome of something, exactly like your parents were fixated in the idea of making you either a serious person or someone who's very well put together. Okay? Ding, 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 red flags. Honestly, yeah. I'm sorry this pile did have this experience, because it's very constraining, it's very constricting, and it's very much so I cannot breathe. Yeah, you have the Four of Pentacles. So you had influences, okay? You had influences which I can say were very powerful. What's missing is this transformation, or this reinvention of the self, reinvention of who you are beyond the expectations, beyond the actual um, needs of people around you. This can as well be people pleasing. Not saying this is going to resonate with absolutely everyone, but what I'm seeing in here is the unwillingness to see yourself as something else, or the bad guy, or as if you are afraid to actually be perceived or seen as wrong. Like, you can be very obedient. Again, I feel like this is not going to resonate with absolutely everyone, but I feel like with the King of Swords, you have separated your identity, your authentic self, from who you actually, like, from the version of what people expected from you. And now what's missing is this need of yours to basically reinvent and recreate yourself, but this time in accordance with your own needs, with your own expectations, and with your own what I want to do in life, what I want to create. And at first, I want to warn you this pile, like you are going to be faced with a lot of criticism, with a lot of fears from your childhood, and with a lot of, for some even lack of respect, intimidation maybe, with this Five of Swords, and judgment, criticism, the way you felt in your childhood, the moment in which you're going to drop off the actual expectations people got of you, this is going to become so clear, like so crystal clear, that people around you try to manipulate you. I want to say as well with the Devil card, like I'm holding it actually. I don't think you're going to be seeing it, but still you are beginning to like the process has already begun. You are beginning to separate from the people's influences or expectations, and slowly but surely you're going to be stepping out in a new sense, a newfound sense of independence. And yeah, but it's like independence and success, but this is going to be separate. Like it feels to me distinctly that you are going to dictate the rules in your life, and you're going to make things happen, but not in the way people expected, like not in the way they wanted you to. For example, if your family was demanding to the idea like you have to be someone like serious, for example, for you to be successful, you are going to be successful, but in your own way, by your own rules. You will be having to re-educate and unlearn a lot of things. Cannot say this is not going to be as well enjoyable, because I feel like there is going to be an aspect of discovery and newfound sense of, wow, I never thought I am that person. I never thought I can express this way actually. And there is going to be, as I said, a transition period, which is going to be more so like maybe negative, or people around you are not going to be very cooperative. In the long term, they are going to realize the importance of you choosing your own direction. No matter what it is, it's trusting your own guidance and trusting your own direction and way in which you go about creating things into your life, and no longer listening to other people's like voices and unrequested opinions. Because this pile, I feel like you suffer from that, or people try to interfere or intercede your um, dreams, desires, directions in life, and say like, I really appreciate you and I love you, and that's why I'm actually like helping you. That's why I'm trying to because I'm older, like I know better than and it's a very nosy, a very insistent, and almost like toxic and very insidious energy. I want to say in here, people will even try to manipulate you in a very invisible way if you are going to not cooperate and do whatever they want you to do. So I'd be careful with that, and really instate my boundaries and retreat. I was shuffling through the cards, saw the Ace of Pentacles. You will have to find a safe space, pile number 3. You will have to find security on your own first for you to feel safe enough to progress further, because this emotional influence and bargaining that is going to take place can potentially steer you away, or maybe create discomfort to the degree that it's going to distract you, or to drain you so much so that you are not going to have much energy, like you'll need rest. This is going to be a very emotional battle of sorts if you're going to choose to finally like count on yourself. Or I don't want you to be conflictual. I want you to realize that these people are trying their best to somehow influence or steer you in a good direction, but it's a very chaotic and misguided way. I want you to understand that their intention is, let's say, noble, but it's not the best, or it's not functioning in the best way. The best way is to listen and to understand the mechanics of what's working for you, intricately tailoring your own direction and path into your life, and realizing that actually for the first time, and actually it has always been this way, but it's the most important thing you can have is the self-guidance, and it is always going to work because it's your experience, it's your these are your mistakes and achievements, and you learn the best only when you go through them manually. Of course, I'm not wanting for you to have a rough experience. I'm just saying that you have to place importance on your own voice and not listen to other people. Okay? That was all, pile number 3. I hope you enjoyed the reading. I definitely did. If it resonated with you, please make sure to comment and like the video. Subscribe, check out my old videos as well, and till next time. Bye. Hello and welcome, pile 4. Irregular pink quartz. Oh god, this is going to be a very interesting message. I can say this right off the bat. Knight of Cups, you miss gentleness, care, literally care. Like this pile misses being taken care of, gentleness to themselves, and gentleness manifested as someone taking care of them. Not kidding when I'm saying, like, without hesitation, that you are wanting to be, like, don't don't go away, but I want to say you miss being taken care of like a baby is being taken care of. Not in a bad way. You know, I want to say you miss nurturing, you miss love, you miss someone genuinely being there for you. And I feel like, honestly, this pile with the villain card, you played the biggest role in becoming lonely, or in becoming so impenetrable. Like the walls you bring up around yourself are so magnificently protecting you from everything, including love, that it's actually debilitating. This pile screams, I wanna be loved, with the trumpet and the villain. But you are screaming that, but your screams, like, wait, like, your walls are so good, they are not letting these screams, like, leave the actual space, okay? Like, they do not let other people hear the screams because these walls are so good. I'm dealing in here with a very smart person. I'm dealing in here with a very, very intelligent and someone who plays mental chess big time. I want to say you're so good at outsmarting the world or the people around you, maybe in good and bad ways, that you outsmarted yourself. Okay. This is not good or bad, I'm just reading the cards, but I want to say you scream, you want to be loved, and this is missing in your life. But you made the circumstances, um, you have such circumstances in your life right now that you have made it impossible. Not necessarily impossible, but you are the first person to actually say no. I'm not going to permit that. As though it's either associated with weakness or with dependency or with something negative that will come as a byproduct of this love being invited. A very tough person came for the first pile, not gonna lie. So tough that it's actually hurting themselves. I want to say there is an aspect or an element of communication, social, that is missing, or it's either in need of change, update, or transformation, because I feel like you cannot find inner peace, because there is an element of either separation, loneliness, or hyper independence in here that is playing itself out so perfectly and flawlessly that it's actually playing against you. Like I see a self-sabotage in here, or polarity, like polarities, sometimes being too needy, sometimes not wanting to acknowledge this neediness and entering in a sort of behavior where, for example, you become so hyper independent that people around you, they are fooled by this, and they picture you as someone who doesn't need anything, and as a result you become this island of a person who carries their issues and problems on their own, and doesn't need anyone. Like as I said, this is crazy. You need, and what's missing is gentle care from a beloved one. That is 100% the message. Um, Not saying that this tactic is necessarily bad or inherently wrong, but I'm saying in here that, yeah, while it is good that you are obviously smart and very capable, I want to say in here that you must invite an element of connection and vulnerability that is not going to picture you as like a weak person, right? If you have this attachment, or make it so that your weakness is actually your power, okay? Because you haven't here the star. I feel like if you were to say like you are human, if you were to say that you have your own feelings and you have your own vulnerabilities, and this is beautiful and this is art, or this is something that is inherently making you perfectly imperfect, you are going to flip the tables and actually use this as a benefit. I want to say you have to open doors, even if it means getting hurt, even if it means having bad experiences. Having no experiences is worse than having bad ones, I want to say, for this pile. And don't rush, okay? I think I'm dealing in here with an overachiever or a very perfectionistic person, and someone who's very capable of organizing their life or organizing their circumstances to the degree where they are given so much control and order, or creating order into their life, where it's actually way too perfect, complicated, and actually not very conducive to your own well-being. It's the case of someone who can overwork themselves for the idea of productivity, where in the end the price was way too high for this, and as a result they ended up being incapacitated because of this burnout, or needing so much rest that they actually regret embarking on this in the first place. You have to open up. I want to say that multiple times, because you need some sort of support, because you're human. You need connections, you need interactions with people in here. Um, this is not something that you're going to get away with, or like, you need support, and that's the end of the story. Like, you cannot outsmart yourself out of this, okay? I feel like the answer for what's missing for this pile would literally be opening up, being more transparent, open with the world, with themselves, not closing themselves into some sort of walls as a result of their like negative experience. This is exposure, big time. And what's missing is new uncharted territory being explored by you, and you leaving your comfort zone and dropping the walls, or keeping the walls and still testing the new territory. Because I saw in here the star, meaning that you have to be at ease with the walls, but still expand. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it means expanding the walls, meaning that you have to be prepared or be as you are, like, let's say, tense in the world, but at the same time let some 5% of openness, then 10% of openness, testing people out, testing circumstances out, and not necessarily calling or naming everything as being bad or not worthy as an experience, or calculating everything in a negative lens where, I don't wanna, like, not taking risks. Like, this can be a big time problem for this pile, and not inviting vulnerability. You have to be vulnerable for people to love you, because when you give off a very independent and powerful individual or character, all of the sudden people don't find the need to hang around you, because it feels to me like you are giving off a very I don't need you energy, self-sufficient energy. Or, try to be more soft with yourself first, and with the like with the other people as well, because I see in here you're playing yourself. You're playing yourself, or you're outsmarting yourself, not in the best way, with the villain card, okay? You're stepping on your own toes, or you are sabotaging yourself because you want something, but you deprive this connection and support. You deprive yourself the right from having it, and you're saying, or you're gaslighting yourself into the idea that you actually don't need it. I want to say you need it, you deserve it, and everyone deserves it, and it's a natural need, and it's very human and actually very beautiful to be vulnerable. Like the people, when I saw them vulnerable, this is the most intimate and beautiful like thing you can see in someone as an expression, because it's showing their authentic emotions. And when people do that without masks, it's something like an art exhibit of sorts. It's like a piece of art which moves, breathes, lives, and wants to be loved, which everyone does. Everyone wants that. Don't deprive yourself. Don't focus your life in such a way that it becomes unlivable, unbearable, or don't be a hyperachiever to the degree it hurts you. That was all pile number 4. I hope you enjoyed the reading. It was a very specific and a very tense message, to be honest, out of all the piles. If you enjoyed the reading and it resonated with you, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And I really hope to see you in the future videos. Bye!